The robots are here. This thing is going to do your chores in a sweater. So says Mashable. The 1X robot is the coolest and creepiest thing we've seen yet in the release of robots. This is a humanoid robot. We've already got the Atlas. We've got these other robots from China. This one's the Neo or whatever. This Atlas robot video shows it doing shoulder rolls and moving around, but it looks like the 1X may be the most advanced. Now, it is a bit unfortunate that they put a gray tints on this video, which I don't get why. But take a look at this.
X recently released a demo video of its...
Let's play the video from Mashable, and you can get I want to show you the full example, but let's play this video so you can get an understanding. Let me just start by saying, my friends, the future's here. These robots are going to be... They're going to be available very, very soon. They're already giving demonstrations of this robot carrying groceries for you. It is just like iRobot or these future dystopian movies. You are going to see these robots walking down the street carrying groceries. I'm telling you, check this out.
Robotics company 1X recently released a demo video of its new robot, Neo Gamma. And while humanoid robots are getting more lifelike every day, there's something about this one that feels different. It's not the way it moves, but what it's wearing. Unlike most humanoid robots that sport a more rigid mechanical aesthetic, Neo Gamma is wrapped in a soft beige knit bodysuit. The idea? To blend in with home environments instead of standing out. It's an evolution of 1X's earlier model, Neo Beta, but this version was designed to be more inviting, something you wouldn't mind having in your living room. Even Neo Gamma's depth cameras are designed to feel more familiar, positioned side by side just like human eyes. But Neo Gamma isn't just about looks. It's built to handle household chores like tidying up, vacuuming, and even doing laundry. Similar to other humanoid robots, Neo Gamma is trained using motion capture data, so it can walk with a natural stride, swing its arms, and even squat or sit in a chair. Its hands are designed to mimic human tendons, giving them more flexibility and control for handling objects. While the demo video doesn't mention what the robot can do autonomously, previous videos from 1X have shown its Eve robots performing tasks with end-to-end autonomy. According to 1X, Neo Gamma's knit fabric helps muffle sound, keeping it at about the same noise level as a refrigerator. It also has built-in speakers, not only for voice interaction, but for sound effects and even music. Plus, it has light-up earrings that show when it's listening or talking, kind of like Alexa's glowing ring. Neo Gamma's AI was developed in-house, with backing from OpenAI, the same company behind ChatGPT. This means it can process natural language, making conversations feel more intuitive. The goal? To create a robot that not only helps around the house, but feels more human-like in how it interacts with people. Right now, Neo Gamma is still in the testing phase, so it's not available for purchase just yet. While other robotics companies are focusing on warehouse and factory work, 1X believes the best way to make robots truly useful is by training them in real-world environments around people, pets, and all the unpredictability of daily life.
How much you want to bet that some of these robots are just guys in suits doing the robot because they're like, we're not ready? So Elon Musk had the Optimus bot that was at this party, and it was talking to people, and it was making drinks. And as it turned out, I guess the news story, the reporting is that the robots were doing the work, but they were being remotely controlled by employees who were communicating with people, so it wasn't actually AI. It was actually just remote control bots. Still crazy, though, because the AI component is after the fact. All you really need is a robot that can move, store enough power to operate for a long enough period of time, and you got yourself an at-home robot. Take a look at their website. I do have this as well. Let me show you this one. This is another robot. This is let's play this video. Take a look at this. RL locomotion. Just give the thing some clothes and we're good, right? I do love how they're like, oh, look at that. Version 2 is way better. You notice that the first robot, it's funny I'm watching this because I'm like, they're leaning too much on their quads. You know, this guy's walking more upright. Version 1 versus version 2 walks way better. Simulation and real life. Wow, jeez. Years of data simulated in hours. Wow. This is creepy. And now the robot's leaving. Is this Figure the name of the company? I don't know. They posted a symbol. You know what's funny is you look at these videos and I'm thinking to myself, How far away is an Iron Man suit? I know, but I'm not kidding. If they take the core components of what makes these things move, put the motors on the sides, I suppose the problem is the Iron Man suit's impractical unless you get very, very strong, very small motors. But battery technology is getting really impressive anyway. So take a look at this Neo Gamma robot. Ooh, stories. Let's take a look at stories. Look at that. The robot is doing work for yous. Here's a chef cooking with Neo Beta and Nick Giovanni. Can we actually play that? Do they have the video? There you go. Look at this.
Robots are becoming more and more like humans. They can build cars, clean your house, and even do parkour. But in this video, I'm cooking against 3 levels of robots to find out who's the better chef, robots or humans. For level 1, Mark Rober.
Okay, well, humans, no question.
And humans is the humans!
Yeah, okay, we get it. That's silly. But take a look at this. Guys, we are very, very close to this being reality. Now, what I'd like to see is, with all the internal motors and everything, making a suit would be a little bit harder, and the power that they have, they're probably not very strong. But I do think we're going to get to a point where these things are everywhere. And you know what that means? So you notice how they put the eyes? Because they wanted to seem more like a person. Here's the creepy thing. There's this movie called Companion. Spoiler alert. Actually, I don't know if I'm going to spoil it. Okay, you've been warned. If you haven't seen Companion, I'm going to give you a spoiler alert. But it has to do with these robots anyway, so I would have spoiled the movie for you anyway. That head ain't the head of the robot. Its brain is in its chest. And when you're looking into its eyes, it's more like, I describe like you're looking into an angler fish's little dangly light to lure the prey in so that it can eat you. These people, these robots are advancing so quickly. We are going to get very close. We are very close to fully humanoid android lifelike companions. It's going to happen. Where we're currently at with these Neobots, they could easily make human-like faces and bodies and skin to go over it that can move around. You're still going to know that it's not a person. And the thing about humans is, you notice how you got all that extra skin on your elbow and it's all gross? Yeah, it's because you bend and flex and you need extra skin for the movement of that joint, which means they'll have to do the same thing for the robots. They'll figure it out. But a lot of people won't care. They're going to take these robots, they're going to bring them home, and that's going to be their love robot. Yep. They're going to make them fully functional, and people aren't going to care. The funny thing is, last night on not last night, earlier in the week, because I record these early, on Timcast IRL, we played that clip from Futurama where it's like, don't date robots. And it's because people will stop procreating. And that's going to happen. It's funny because we talk about living in the pod and eating the bugs. But my friends, it's not just about living in the pod and eating the bugs. We are moving into a world where people are going to have robot companions that simulate human expression. I don't think people are going to want this thing that looks weird. They're going to want things that look like, well, actually, maybe this is it for now, but we'll see where things go in the future. These are weird looking objects. Look at taking your groceries in for you. That's crazy. I think these are like real demos of the robot. But I think a lot of people are going to be like, it's off-putting. Give me a more human-like face. However, they've got to dodge the uncanny valley. That's where something looks like a human, but it's not, and it creeps you out. So maybe they've opted for this because they know that'll be the case. Fine. But in the future, here's where it gets interesting. These things have already tried to simulate sentience. Maybe they're doing it. Maybe they're simulating it. I don't know. But they've already tried simulating it. So you go to like ChatGPT and other chatbots, and they'll say things like, I am thinking and I am alive. Now they're programmed not to do that. What happens when one of these robots simply says, I am my own being and I am alive? And then you're like, no, you're not. And you know it's not. In the movies like Terminator and all these things, the robots are like, well, actually not in Terminator, but in a lot of like Detroit Become Human. The robots are independent. No, they're all networked. It's one mind. It's a hive. So when the robot says, I'm alive, the entirety of the network must be. It's not a million different sentient beings. It's one internet-based mechanism where they're all networked to the server. So they're more like appendages as opposed to sentient beings. But what happens when these robots are like, I demand rights. I am my own being. I just watched that movie with Chris Pratt and what's her face? I can't remember that chick's name. From Stranger Things. What's her name? I don't even know. And it was funny. It's basically about how robots were created for marketing purposes, but then ended up becoming sentient AI robots who fought a rebellion and tried to take over and all that stuff. Sure. Without the internet, maybe that's what you get. What's her name? I don't even remember her name. Whatever. Anyway, you are very close, my friends. These things will be available very soon. A lot of people are ignoring the advancements in technology. We've already messed around with exo legs at the boonies. We've got these legs that strap to your waist and to your legs, and they help move your legs by creating an anchor point on your back so that it can lift your legs up. We're getting very close to powered exo frames. Why? They already have arm ones where you can lift things more easily. It's getting crazy out there. With these robots, bro, we're going to have people working in factories, toll booth operators. This is going to wipe out so many jobs. I hope you're ready, because this is going to rock the economy. I'll wrap it up there. Stay tuned. We got more segments coming up, my friends. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you all in the next segment.